Nicole Kidman just stepped back into the spotlight with a whole new fire. And the moment she walked away from Keith Urban, everything changed. Today, we're diving into the shocking story people can't stop talking about. Nicole Kidman finally living with fewer limits, stepping into roles she once held back from, and the rumors swirling about what was really happening behind the scenes of her marriage. And just so we're clear, remember, this is all based on public chatter, speculation, and rumors that have been floating around. Let's get into it. Nicole Kidman has always been known for pushing boundaries on screen. She plays deep characters, emotional characters, sometimes bold and sensual characters. But rumors say that these choices didn't always sit well at home. People close to the situation claim Keith Urban struggled with the racy scenes, even if he never said it loudly. They say he wasn't comfortable with how close she got to other actors on set. It wasn't jealousy exactly, but more like a quiet worry that kept building over the years. And according to whispers online, Nicole spent a long time trying to keep the peace and reassure him every time she took on a daring role. But now, everything is different. After the split, insiders claim Nicole finally feels like she can breathe, like she doesn't have to tiptoe around her own career anymore. They say she feels free, stronger, and ready to take on even bigger, bolder characters without worrying about how anyone else feels about it. People around her reportedly say she's glowing in a way they haven't seen in years. Some even say they're quietly celebrating that she's finally out of a marriage that felt too small for her talent. And her upcoming projects are proving that point fast. She's leaning into roles that are deeper, darker, and yes, more sensual. Some people say this is her reclaiming her power. Others say she's just done shrinking parts of herself to make someone else comfortable. Whether that's true or not, she definitely seems ready to step into a new chapter. But the whispers don't stop there. Rumors say Keith Urban always struggled a bit with the nature of Nicole's characters. He loved her, sure, but insiders claim he sometimes felt like the scenes made things uneven. They say he worried people saw him differently because the roles were so intimate. Even if he didn't ask her to stop, the discomfort still hung in the background. And according to the chatter online, Nicole carried the emotional weight of trying to balance it all: her work, her marriage, and her image. Friends of Nicole are reportedly relieved now. They say they watched her try to manage his feelings for years, and it chipped away at her spirit. And now that she's free, they want her to rise without limits. Some even say she needs a partner who celebrates her power, not someone who silently pulls back from it. And that brings us to the big shift. Insiders say Nicole now has fewer limits than ever before. With Keith's opinions no longer shaping her choices, she's stepping into roles with full confidence. They say she's ready to push boundaries again, maybe even more than she did in her younger years. And honestly, looking at her career right now, it's hard to disagree. Nicole hinted at this new freedom in a recent interview. She didn't name Keith or talk directly about the divorce, but she shared thoughts that hit close to home. She talked about going through painful moments, feeling broken, and slowly finding her way back to strength. Fans immediately connected the dots, saying she was talking about the end of her marriage without saying it out loud. Whether that's true or not, her words hit hard. Now she's back in the public eye, stronger, glowing, and showing everyone exactly what Keith will be missing. One moment that shocked everyone was her appearance at a huge Hollywood event, where she walked the runway in a bold black gown inspired by an old Hollywood legend. People online went wild. Some said it was the most confident she's looked in years. Others joked that this was her post-divorce power walk. Either way, she owned the moment completely. And she hasn't slowed down. She's been at fashion events, galas, and major brand gatherings, sometimes with her daughters by her side. She's showing up, showing out, and showing the world that the end of her marriage isn't the end of her joy. But even with all that confidence, insiders say she's still dealing with the emotional weight behind the scenes. Divorce is never easy, especially after nearly 20 years of marriage. Some people close to her say she didn't want a broken family. She wanted stability, peace, and a future where everyone was okay. But when that didn't happen, she had to make choices that broke her heart. Now she's trying to rebuild, piece by piece, while still being a strong mom for her daughters. Whispers also say she will have primary custody, which means she's focusing even harder on giving her girls a stable life during all of this. And she's doing it while balancing a career that's busier than ever. People watching her say she's juggling these changes with pure grace, even if things feel heavy at times. But the deeper questions still hang in the air. Did Nicole feel held back in her marriage? Did she stay smaller to keep the peace? And now that she's free, is this her real glow-up era? Rumors suggest that might exactly be what's happening. People claim that without Keith's discomfort shadowing her decisions, Nicole is stepping into the most powerful stage of her career. And honestly, the projects she's choosing prove she's not scared of pushing boundaries anymore. This is the Nicole Kidman fans have been waiting for. And believe it or not, the story gets even wilder. Now that they're separated, her friends believe she's reclaiming a part of herself she tucked away for years. People close to her say she's embracing bold, sensual, layered roles, the kind of part she always wanted but sometimes held back on during her marriage. She's reportedly looking for projects that challenge conventional ideas of age, femininity, and desire. For her, acting isn't just work anymore, it's freedom. Insiders claim that Nicole's next chapter could be her most daring yet. Without Keith's quiet influence whispering in her ear, she's making choices based on her own instincts. She wants to push boundaries, to use her voice, her body, and her emotion in ways she couldn't before. According to those close to her, she's not afraid of controversy or ruthless critics. She's more interested in authenticity and reclaiming her power. Some of her friends even say they're quietly celebrating. They see how much the marriage weighed on her, and now they feel like she's stepping into her light. For them, her sensual, on-screen persona isn't shocking, it's a long time coming. Also, there's a belief that she wants a partner who's man enough to handle her strength and her willingness to go there artistically, not someone who demands she play it safe. Nicole herself has dropped hints about her healing journey. In a recent interview, she spoke about resilience in pain. She said that even when things feel insurmountable, there's a path forward if you move gently and slowly. She acknowledged that healing takes an enormous amount of time, but she sounded hopeful. For her, this isn't just a breakup, it's a transformation. With major projects on the horizon like Practical Magic 2 and the next season of Big Little Lies, insiders say she's leaning into the sensual, the magical, and the emotionally complex more than ever. She's no longer apologizing for wanting bold roles, and it's like she's daring Hollywood to keep up with her. At the same time, people close to her say her divorce wasn't just about work. She's also protecting her heart and her daughters. Reports claim she aims to be the primary parent for her two daughters, and she is rebalancing her career around them. She wants them to see her strength, but also her gentleness. She wants them to learn that you don't have to dim your light to be loved. Since the split, Nicole's been making several public appearances. At a major runway event, she walked the runway in a sultry black gown inspired by old Hollywood. Glamour that felt like a statement. She's still that movie star, and she's not shrinking. Fans erupted online, calling her a goddess and praising her confidence. For many, that moment wasn't just fashion, it was a message. Despite all this shine, insiders acknowledge it isn't easy. Coping with a high-profile breakup while navigating Hollywood and raising teens, that's not simple. She said she never wanted a broken family, and sources say she's leading with an example, showing her daughter's strength, but also showing them that heartbreak doesn't have to define you. There's also a question in fan circles, was Keith's discomfort with her work always just about personal insecurity, or was it a deeper control? Some speculate that he was subtly steering her choices, maybe even guarding her public image. Now that she's alone, they wonder, is she reclaiming everything he tried to tame? What's clear is that Nicole Kidman is not just recovering, she's evolving. She's not the same wife she was before. She's stepping into a new era, one where she sets her own limits, or better yet, has no limits at all.